Let's be honest, flying can be uncomfortable, chaotic, and exhausting. But after hundreds of flights, I've discovered a few secret weapons that make the experience smoother, calmer, and way more enjoyable. In this video, I'm going to share my top in-flight gadgets and the exact items I never board without. Whether you're a nervous flyer or a long-haul pro, or just looking to upgrade your travel game, these game changers are worth every ounce of space in your carry-on. Things I always take with me is a jacket or a vest that has lots of pockets, because as you know, these airlines are getting really restrictive, and they're starting to tell you can't bring extra things on the plane, like even a small hip pack or anything like that. This one has zipper pockets, so I can keep things like my wallet and my cell phone in there. So when I have to go through TSA security, they're nicely tucked in and zipped into pockets on this vest, and then that will actually go through the x-ray scanners onto the other side, and then they're nice and secure. I don't have to worry about them dropping out anywhere. This is a jacket and a vest combo. These sleeves and the hood all come off, so it'll turn it into a nice little running vest or a nice vest, especially in the summer when you want something lightweight. This is a great jacket for that. Again, it has some stretch to it. I like that it's stretchy, and it has these reflective bands here. So if you do want to wear it out for something like running, it's something that'll catch the light if you're running at night and allow you to be seen. It also has a vent back here, which is nice if you happen to be getting kind of hot. It'll let some air get up in there, and a nice big pocket in the back here. I tend to put my scarf in this back pocket because it's nice and soft. So if I'm sitting, I don't have to worry about something bulky being back there. And sometimes this actually, when it's back there, acts as a little bit of a lumbar cushion for my back. So that's nice. And this is a nice thin jacket. So if I want to take it off, it's really easy to be able to just take it all off and put it into my personal carry-on because it's nice and thin and stretchy. It's windproof, waterproof, and a great summertime jacket to take on your travel adventures. Great big pockets here. Like I said, this pocket here is big enough for me to put things in, like my hip pack. That way I can have it on there and go onto the plane without them saying, hey, you can't take that on the plane with you. You're going to have that as your personal carry-on. I'll wear that inside my jacket. I always bring a scarf with me on my travel adventures. You know, even in the summer, sometimes they have the air on really high in these planes, and then I end up cold. On the last flight, I actually lent my scarf to somebody else because they were freezing and I already had my jacket. But a nice scarf is always good to have. Also, if you want to go to sleep, and this happened on my last flight where the person in front of me did not want to close their shades. The sun was coming right in my eyes. I was able to put this up over my head and kind of get that sun blocked out of my eyes. So that allowed me to get some sleep without sun being right in my eyes. So a nice scarf. This is something that I take on all my travel adventures, a couple of scarves, but it allowed me to use it as a wrap for a bathing suit. It allowed me to use it as a scarf and just as a little blanket if it gets a little bit cold. And again, this folds up nicely. I can fit it right in to that back pocket of that jacket and then put it away when I'm not using it. Another thing that I wear on the plane is this little magnetic glasses clip. I love this because when I'm on the plane, I don't want to be putting necessarily things in seat pockets or maybe even pockets where they might get crushed. I want my glasses where I can get to them readily because they're on and off my head all the time. And this little magnetic clip works great. It's a strong magnet, so you know, even if I bend over, these things don't fall off, and it keeps everything nice. And then I can easily get to my glasses and put them on to do work or reading, whatever. And then if I want to go to sleep, I simply just put them right in here, and they're nice and safe and secure. I can put them on my top. I can put them on a jacket. I even use this on a thin bag where I just wanted to have sunglasses hanging out. So it's a great little gadget to have for your travel adventures. And I take this with me on all my travel adventures. Today's video is sponsored by Mazda. We own a Mazda, and one of the reasons is because it is the IIHS top safety pick. With its 2.5 turbo engines, you get a lot of get up and go and plenty of cargo space to hold all that luggage when you're traveling. The hands-free power liftgate is wonderful, and it has active all-wheel drive, sport, and towing. The 10-inch infotainment display has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and 12-speaker Bose audio. And I love the active driving display because it shows me my vehicle speed, the speed limit, and traffic recognition, which makes this car one of our favorites. If you'd like more information, visit the video description and see the links. Thank you, Mazda. I think many of you who follow me know that I love my Nomad Lane bento bag for travel because it's just a great way to stay organized. But I want to tell you a quick trick about using this bag. When I slide this underneath the seat in front of me, these are my legs, this is the chair in front of me. I make sure that the water bottle is right by my feet. Number one, so I can get it out. And then I make sure that this pocket here on the same side is going to have the things that I want to have and get out for my flight so I can get them out easily. Maybe it's your snack or whatever it is. And even if it's your laptop, make sure that you have all these zippers pulled to the side here so you can get into this easily without having to pull the whole bag out and then set it up on your lap and get things out. So, these flights are getting crazy anymore. As a matter of fact, I keep most everything either in my jacket or in a personal item bag like this that I'll strap on me or I'll take out and keep on me, because the last couple of flights, someone had their seat laid back and I couldn't even get down to get into my bag because my head kept hitting the seat in front of me and they were asleep and I didn't want to wake them up. So I learned a lesson is keep things here. As soon as I get to my seat, obviously wipe everything down, but then I'm going to want to get everything out and get situated so I can slide this bag back underneath and not really have to worry about getting into it too much. Love this bag, but these are a few hacks that I've learned in flying. So there's a couple other things I'm going to show you here that really make it easy for me to stay in my little station and be able to keep up with getting everything that I need during my flight. You'll see here on this handle, I have this, which is a hero clip. I have been using these for over a decade. It's a wonderful clip. It's one of those, if you have a personal item bag or any sort of purse and you've gone into a bathroom and there's no hook on the door, this is going to allow you to hook it on the door. You can put in your purse or tote and have it hanging. This I take with me on the daily pretty much because I also use it in my travel adventures to hook onto the headrest of a rental car, and that way I can hook my purse or bag on here. So if I happen to hit the brakes, it doesn't go flying onto the floor in front of me. So this is really useful. And of course, I use it on my flight to actually hook up my water bottle. So again, I don't want to be reaching down to the floor. Sometimes I can't. Sometimes that seat pocket is so tight that I can't get this water bottle in there. So I'll just go ahead and put this on here and then hook this onto the seat pocket. And that way it's close, it's dangling, it's somewhere I can get to it, and I can move it side to side. So if you have where your knees are actually touching that seat pocket because you're tall or have long legs, you could put the water bottle one side or the other safely. And that way this will allow you to get to it and hang it and not have it like stuffed in there or stuffed down in your bag where you can't get it because someone's laid their seat back. So this is a great thing to have. It's one of my must-haves for all my travel adventures, and I take this with me on the daily. Since we're talking about water, I love a great water bottle. This is insulated and leak proof. I've had a couple of times where I have put a water bottle in my bag and it's went sideways and something has pressed on something and it's leaked, or a straw got opened and it leaked type of thing. And I love this because there are several different things about this water bottle that keep it leak proof. Number one, the only time you can drink out of it is if you press this button and then water will come out. It also has a cover, so that also helps, and it also keeps the mouthpiece clean. And it has a lock right here, so that way if it is in a bag and something gets on top of it, you cannot even press it to have water leak out. So I love this because of that, and it's insulated, so if I want something hot, it allows it to stay hot, or something cold like a bunch of ice in the summer, I can have a lot of ice in here and have a nice cold drink. So this is a great one to have. If you're worried about space with water bottles, I like this one. Now, not a huge fan of drinking out of plastic. However, I love the actual shape of this bottle because it's nice and slim. It'll slip easily into a bag like this, and it'll allow me to put it into the seat pocket nice and easy too. So those seat pockets are just really tight now. This will allow me to slip that inside there or into my jacket pocket if I want to keep it right there next to me and keep it in there. And then what I can do is just get water from the flight attendant and say, can you get me a can of water? Can I have a whole can of water? And I'm just going to refill this. This comes in a couple of sizes, and one of the sizes fits right into this bag, which is really cool. And that's another reason why I sometimes bring this little one is I don't always want to be traveling around on my travel adventures, sightseeing and carrying this big lugging thing around. And this little one fits into that little bag. It's just enough to wet my whistle, and then I can go to different places and maybe refill it. So they have a couple of these sizes. I think that they're wonderful if you want a nice slim bottle to slip into a sling, or even a backpack, or even a little tiny day pack. These are great to have. Just if you're like me and I'm always looking for a little bit of water to sip, these work great. A nice slim electronics bag is a great thing to have because it will actually slip right into the seat pocket nicely. I like this one because it's nice and slim. It does have a little hook here if you wanted to hook it up and maybe put it on the tray table. I usually don't do that, but if you want to go ahead and open it up, it has great pockets to keep everything nice and secure. And if you did want to hang it again, it would hang open. It has some elastic mesh pockets in here, holds everything that I need, not only for in-flight, but for my whole travel adventure. So this is my whole charging kit that I take with me, and that way I have it all with me. If you want to see everything that's in this, let me know in the comments below. You want to see what is in my slim electronics bag, and I will do a video on that. Of course, another thing that I wear on my flight is some sort of a fanny pack or some sort of a waist pack or crossbody bag that's small, so I can put it on and kind of swing it around behind me and hopefully get on the plane without them noticing. Most airlines now are counting this as a personal item bag, so you have to be careful. You either need to leave room in your personal carry-on where you can go ahead and put this bag, or wear a nice vest with big pockets where you can slip this into a pocket and at least get on the airplane. As soon as I get on the plane, the first thing I'm going to want to do is wipe everything down. I mean, your tray table, the knob to the tray table, your seat buckle, the air switch, the light buttons, the window shade slider, everything, the armrest, everything. Wipe everything down, because you don't know who was sitting there before. It could have been someone who's had a cold. It could be a kid who was picking his nose. I don't know. Just, you want to wipe everything down. So the one thing I always bring is some of these aloe wipes. I love these because they are sanitizing wipes, but they smell really nice. They smell like an orange creamsicle, and it just is a really pleasant smell to have on the plane. And I wipe everything down with this. Although when I'm on the flight and let's say I've been eating or snacking and I want to wipe, I don't necessarily want sanitizing wipes on my hands. So I like to bring this, which is my little silicone bag of wipes. These are actually water wipes, which are 99.9% water. So they're great for wiping everything down because it's mostly water. And it's something that I take with me on every travel adventure. I take a whole pack of these. I put them in here because this is a nice silicone pouch. It's refillable. I don't have to carry the big thing around. I can just put a few. This is nice and slim. It fits in the seat pocket or in my jacket pocket. And then if I've been eating or something and I want to wipe down, or it's been a long flight and I want to kind of just clean my face, 99% water. Love that. This is nice and quiet. One of the things I hate when I'm on the plane or somewhere is this. Making this sound. And this never stays sealed shut. I don't care how much glue they put on these things. They don't stay sealed. This stays sealed. I pop this open and then nice and quietly remove one of these wipes and then close it and put it away. And then I have a nice wet, mostly just water wipe for my hands or my face and things like that. Great to take on your day trips when you want to go to a bathroom and you just need to clean up and you don't have a travel bidet. This is a great thing to take with you. It has a nice strap on it. And again, silicone. And I've had wipes in this for months and they stay nice and moist. So this is a great travel item. And this goes with me on all my travel adventures on every flight. So this is my little flight bag, and this is something that I wear on the flight because, like I said, many times you don't want to keep digging down into that bag underneath the seat in front of you. You've got a seat belt on, someone's put their seat back. I don't know how many times I whack my head into that seat in front of me, trying to reach down, contorting myself to try to get something out of that bag. Unless it's like a meal that I'm going to take out once or something and eat, that'll stay down in there. But for all the other things I might want, I'm going to keep them right in here. And the little things are things like my AirPod Pros, because that way, if I want to use my iPad and work or listen to my phone, I can do that. But I also carried this little pack right here, which has my AirFly. So if you're in a flight and they actually have a movie kind of going, this will allow you to be able to listen in flight through your Bluetooth through your ear pods. And then the other thing I bring in here is my little silicone ear pod magnetic holders. So I can put my ear pods in these holders, have them in my ears, and then that way, if I fall asleep or something, these things don't go falling on the floor and rolling all over the airplane. They'll be something that once you have them in, let's say you don't want to wear them anymore and you don't necessarily want to put them away, or someone's coming by asking for a drink order or to talk to you, I can pull my AirPods out, let them hang, and they'll even magnetically attach here and keep them right here for me. So these save me from having to search for these. You know, one time they fell out and they rolled way back, like 3 rows back, and we had to ask people to look for them. That was embarrassing. So now I have these, and I make sure I have all of these with me on my flights. And even if you're out and about during the day and you want to have these in, these are a great thing to have just to make sure you don't lose them. Right. The other thing I have in here are these little aloe wipes. I know I have these bigger ones. I bring some of these with me so that during my travel adventures, I can pop a couple of these in my purse during the day. So, you know, if you sat down at a little cafe table, it's not quite as clean as you'd like it to be, you can kind of wipe things off with this. Or, you know, you've just gotten your hands kind of really messy and you want something sanitized. I like to have these little individual packets to put into my little day pack as I'm going during the day to have. So I keep some of those in here. A couple of other little things that I keep in here are these little face wipes. If you don't want to take a whole thing of wipes like this right here, these are just little Ursa Major face wipes. They are, again, mostly water. They're great for wiping your face or anything else down to kind of refresh on your flight. But sometimes I keep a couple of these just in case, you know, you go to the bathroom sometimes and I don't know, you just want something nice and water to wipe off with. This is a great slip into a little purse or pocket so you have something with you. Many times when I've gotten on a flight, it can be a little stuffy. You get people in there and, you know, especially in the summer, it gets a little hot. This is one of my favorite things to bring, and it is a 3-in-1. This is a fan, as you can see right here. It has a couple of different speeds to allow you to be able to cool yourself off. This fan is great because it's going to allow you to put it down on a table, or if you want to just hold it, it'll hold it like this and have a fan. It also acts as a charger. So if you want to have less things to take with you, this becomes a fan, a charger, and it becomes a flashlight, which is really kind of nice to have. There's sometimes where you want to look down into a bag. It's dark out. Maybe they've turned all the lights out on the plane and you want to see down in your bag. Plus, on my travel adventures, there's been some times where my room's a little stuffy. I will set this by my bedside to create a little bit of a breeze. Plus, again, I have an extra little flashlight to take on my travel adventures, and it has a little cord here to take with you. So I'm going to be going to Savannah here in a few weeks, and I know it's going to be hot. This thing might come in handy even during my travel adventures. I always carry a battery with me on my pack because you never know when your phone or something could run out of power, especially if you're on those planes that don't have those in-seat, you know, USB power slots and you want to make sure, you know, that your phone stays powered up. I carry this. This is a 5,000 milliamp battery, so it'll charge my phone good, solid for one full charge at least. It comes with a built-in cord, so I don't have to worry about packing an extra cord to charge my phone or my iPad. This works great. And of course, you know, Southwest Airlines is the first airline to say you have to have your battery visible either on the tray table or it can be in the seat pocket. It just cannot be like down in here in this or in your personal item bag or in the overhead bin charging. They have to know that this is out. It's getting air circulating around it. It's not going to catch on fire. So this is great because I can set this right on the tray table and charge my phone or my iPad and make sure I have enough juice so when I land, I can text everyone and check everything and make sure that I have everything I need as far as being charged for my phone. If you have medication that you need to take maybe during your flight, this is a great place to keep it as well. One of the last things you want is to be reaching down in your personal item bag and you can't see or you can't reach it and you're trying to find it. put a couple of pills that are going to get you through your day and put them in a little tiny, vitamin container or something and put them in here so that you have them. And that way you're not reaching down in there and trying to get to something and having to spill something or maybe lose a medication that could be really important. So anything that you think you're going to be wanting to use and take on a plane should fit in this little bag. All right, if you enjoyed this video, folks, do me a favor, comment and let me know what are your favorite things to take with you in flight that you must have, because I'd like to know, and I think everybody on this channel would like to know. And do me a favor, like and subscribe, because I put a video out just about every week. And remember, travel adventure favors the prepared. Happy travels.
I feel like this. So I'm Captain Time. We're taking Miss Eunice down to, where we going?
DC.
Oh, you should be flying there. Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard. Thanks.
We might have to put it back up.